Man, I tell you, they didn't took away the primetime games this year, bro. But at the same time, I can't be too mad because finally the Ravens might get to reap the benefits of a weak schedule, quote unquote, weak schedule. But we'll get into it. All right, what is going on, good people? Flock Nation Speaks. This is episode 8. Ain't it? Ain't this episode 8? Am I tripping? Is it episode 8? I feel like it was just episode 6 though. Like I re- like I'm really forgetting what episode we on. Like I might be wrong. It might be episode 7. But I'm pretty sure we did the Kyle Bowler episode though. I'm pretty sure we did the Kyle Bowler episode. So I'm pretty sure it is episode 8. I ain't got a Ravens player off the top of my head. I ain't got a Ravens player that wore number 8. I ain't got a Ravens player that wore number 8. Oh, Lamar Jackson. That's funny. He might actually be the only notable one right off the top of my head that wore number 8 though. Our boy Lamar Jackson. You know how that is. But no, for real. Fly Nation Speaks, episode 8. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. We're gonna talk about the schedule, initial thoughts, but what are we thinking? What do we think? I haven't really seen much of the schedule. I've had it on my computer for like a week now, but I haven't actually looked at it, too in depth to see what's up. And I'm still like thinking, like, what in the world are the Ravens gonna do with this crazy division that they're in, that they're always in? But first, you know how we always start. First off, DJ from Flock Nation Speaks, Bill Productions as well. I want to start with the question of the day, right? I got because some of y'all is wild out here. Some of y'all is wild. Some of y'all's opinions, they wild out here. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I gotta know, are you a morning person or a night person? There's only one answer. There's only one answer to this question that makes sense, that's right, that should be said. If you say anything else, I didn't told y'all this. If y'all say the other one, we're gonna have to have a talk. Me and you, heart to heart, right? Heart to heart, we're gonna have the talk. Morning or night person. I honestly don't understand people who are morning people. Like what is like what do you get up for? Like at least at night, like think about it. I'm a night person personally, right? At least at night, you get a chance, you can watch the game, right? You can, wrestling comes on at night, your favorite show comes on. I mean, whose favorite show comes on in the morning? Unless it's like Good Morning America or something crazy like that. Ain't nobody excited when they watch Good Morning America, right? Ain't nobody excited to watch the newscast in the morning. Get out of here. Look, if you're not a night person, and I'm not even saying like late night, I'm talking about like, would you rather get up early or even like stay up a little bit later? Like stay, some of y'all that's like 10 o'clock. But you know what I'm saying? Stay up, 10, 11, 12, maybe after that. I mean, you got video games you can play at night. Like they don't even feel this. I mean, and let's be honest, guys, like, come on. I need y'all to stick with me here. I need y'all to stick with me because y'all got to remember, here's the thing about that too. Even cereal tastes better at night. Right? Cereal, the ultimate breakfast food, tastes better at night, right? Even cereal tastes better at night. Okay? Are you a morning person or are you a night person? I mean, really, what are you getting up in the morning for anyway? Coffee? Right? That's what we're excited about. Work? That's what we're excited about, right? You got to be a night person. Come on. If y'all morning people, we're gonna have to talk for real. Like for real. Send me a DM. Like let's just make sure that you good, okay? But let's talk about these Ravens, man. Flock Nation Speaks, episode 8. Once again, back at it. Once again, we're gonna talk about these Baltimore Ravens. We're gonna talk about the schedule. I got another video I want to do very, very soon about this ridiculousness that is the top 5 NFL quarterbacks under the age of 25 or something. And that'll probably be a tomorrow / later this week type of a thing that I'm gonna throw out there, but the blasphemy. But anyway, we'll get into that soon enough, in the next few days or so. But let's talk about this schedule. First look, even for me. So let's take a look real quick. First look, even for me, of course you got the preseason, which they didn't lessen that down to 3 games. I heard somebody talking about, I think it was Engraven, if I'm not mistaken. I heard somebody talking about the Ravens probably won't even play in the preseason. They probably will not play any starters in the preseason, given the ridiculousness that was last year, right? Given the craziness that was last year's Baltimore Ravens and the injury bug, the worst in 20 years injury bug that the Ravens faced. I don't see them continuing to go after this preseason record, because some of those injuries happened before the season even started. So I mean, the preseason is the preseason. I don't watch it very much, but interesting to see the Cardinals on there. That's an interesting one with Hollywood. Hollywood's little return. He probably wouldn't play in that game either. But starting off, what we got? Week 1 is the Jets. I think the Ravens could benefit from a weaker schedule. I mean, the Jets should be a pretty good win. The Panthers should be a pretty good win when you look down into the schedule. The Saints could be a possible one too. The Giants could be, could be a good win. The Jaguars could be another one. The Broncos, now the Broncos are a little different now. The Broncos last year, you might say that's one of them automatics that you just, that's one of them, not automatics, because ain't nothing ever automatic in the NFL, right? But that's one of them take care of business type of games, right? That's one of them, that's one of them take care of business type of games, right? And I guess that's the thing. The Ravens had an opportunity to finally benefit off of, as they say, a weaker schedule, given what they went through last season, being last in the division. That makes it so you can have a little bit more of an easier schedule per se. That's probably why the Chiefs are not on their schedule this upcoming season. But when you look at it, Tampa Bay is a tough one, but it's been a minute. It feels like it's been a minute since the Ravens have faced Tampa Bay. I want to think the last time the Ravens faced Tampa Bay was, I want to say the last time the Ravens faced Tampa Bay was when Joe Flacco threw like those 5 touchdowns in like the first half or something. I'm sure y'all remember that. Like I think that's when it happened, right? I think that's the last time, right? I think that's the last time that happened, man. Was when that was when they played the Buccaneers. I'm pretty sure. And like the Saints is another one where it feels like it was just yesterday they played the Saints, but at the same time, I feel like it's been a minute. Since they played the Saints. But I want to say, no, it's been a while since they played the NFC South. So I'm probably right about that. I mean, I've seen some games sprinkled in. Like I think they played the Panthers not too long ago either. A couple years ago or whatever it was. But with the Broncos, I mean, the Broncos are a whole new team, man. The Broncos are a whole new team, especially with Russ. I think it puts them in contention, especially with the Chiefs losing Tyreek Hill. Can they make up for it? That's going to be, that's the hard part. People want to say Tyreek Hill is not a number 1 receiver and all this, that, and the third. The boy put up number 1 receiver numbers. He just ain't necessarily built like a number 1 receiver, and he's the fastest receiver in the league. So losing Tyreek Hill is huge, and you're not going to make up for him with Juju Smith-Schuster. No offense to Juju, of course, but I just don't see Juju picking up that slack. And I mean, just losing Tyreek Hill in general is just a big hit. I mean, that's a guy you got to account for, snap in and snap out. So I mean, I think with that being said, the Broncos got a chance to really compete for that division. Depending on if Russ can stay consistent on the back half of the season. On top of that, and then we got some more like out of division games. I think I said the Jaguars, which it feels like we just played them too not long ago. But the Falcons too, man. The Falcons. It's been a while, and it's gonna be the first. This gonna be the first matchup in a while. That the Ravens have played the Falcons without Matty Ice. And I think honestly, I want to say the last time they played the Falcons was, in the regular season. The last time they played the Falcons was back when Joe was under center, because him and Matt Ryan kind of had that low key rivalry. I remember they had that Thursday night game, because I want to say that Thursday night game was the first time that the Ravens beat Matty Ice and them, because for whatever reason they could not get over the hump against Matty Ice. The comparisons, man, the comparisons, and of course you got the division games too. I'm missing the Bills. The Bills is going to be a tough one. The Bills is going to be a tough one, but I think the Bills is also, because everybody's overlooking the Ravens, the Bills could be a prove it game for Baltimore, man. Like, let me pull it back up for y'all, so y'all can see it too. I think the Bills going to be a prove it game for the Ravens. And I think, like, within the division, the Ravens got plenty of prove it games, man. I mean, of course, outside of the division, you got the Bills as one of the tougher games, and the Broncos is one of the tougher games that could be, potential prove it games. Like, are you as good as you think you are? Was it really the injuries, or y'all just not that good, right? I think is of course it was the injuries. I think the Ravens gonna bounce back. And I think people are forgetting how good the Ravens were even last year, even with the injuries. But I digress. But within the division, you see the Ravens tooling up to make sure they can stop the weapons of teams like the Bengals, of course, but also the weapons of the Steelers too. I don't put the Browns in there right now. Of course, they got Amari Cooper, so that's big for them, right? They got Amari Cooper, so that kind of changes the game when it comes to But I'm sure the Browns wish they could have kept a guy like Jarvis, or kept one of those other guys. Like, I know they got younger guys on the team that of course are looking to step up, and they dotted the Ravens up a couple times. But I think the Ravens have set themselves up very well. I talked about it in the Kyle Fuller signing video. Like, I feel like that's the thing. Like, I feel like that's the biggest part about it is the Ravens are tooling up to make sure that the Bengals don't put up 1,000 yards in 2 games on them, right? Which I think, and I still feel like a lot of that was injuries too, right? A lot of that was the fact that, the teams weren't healthy. I'm excited to see a healthy Ravens team versus a healthy Bengals team. It's been a while since we've seen that, whether it's been injuries on the Ravens side like last year, or injuries on the Bengals side the year before, especially in the second game. You had, Joe was out with the torn ACL. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm ready to see the two teams get healthy, and let's see really what both teams are made of. I think that's going to be exciting. It's hard because I feel like with the way the schedule is always set up, you always expect to split games with certain teams. Like last year, I felt like it was the Browns who the Ravens were going to split with on their way to the division title. I was wrong about that. I think they swept the Browns, but still, like, it was the Bengals who was the ones they was going to have to be worrying about. They were the healthier of the teams, and the Ravens just can't get swept by everybody, right? I mean, now injuries, of course, played a huge part, but at the same time, coming back healthy. Lamar has had his issues with the Steelers and that defense, and how exotic that defense can be, and how tricky they can be. So that's a big deal. And then, in terms of the division, of course, you got, the Browns, what they going to do if things stay as they want them to be, right? Deshaun Watson's playing week 1. He don't run into any issues with the legal troubles. It's going to be a game too. But, luckily for Ravens fans, I don't see Ravens fans truly crying and complaining about anybody, right? I mean, Deshaun Watson, as great as he is, Lamar Jackson has done pretty good against Deshaun Watson. And the crazy part is Deshaun Watson has had talent around him. So, and once again, the defense got better to defend the pass, right? I mean, I think the Ravens are going to be a good run defense. It's just going to be defending the pass. Especially, just coming back off an injury. Is Marcus Peters going to be missing a step possibly? Like, is it going to take him a minute just to get back to where he wants to be, to get back to the level that he wants to be at? That'll be the true question. I think, when it comes to going up against these AFC North teams, because, the AFC North, except for the Steelers game, of course, but the AFC North has almost turned into this big offensive juggernaut back and forth type of game now. I mean, you got the Browns game on Monday Night Football where they just went back and forth, especially, when Lamar went out for a little bit in that game. That was a high scoring game, right? and then of course the Bengals got all the firepower in the world, got all the skills in the world, got all the talent in the world. What is going to happen with the Bengals, right? I think that's the biggest one. I think out of all of them, I think people are excited to see what the Browns are going to do with Deshaun, but I think at the same time, I think the Ravens are on revenge season with the Bengals, right? The Ravens are on revenge season when it comes to the Bengals, more than anything, more than anything else. Like, man, and even like the fans, right? Ravens fans are tired already of the Bengals fans talking about how they made it to the Super Bowl, right? They tired of, how they put up all these yards on us, and Joe Burrow, he out here talking, right? He out here talking. I don't know if he really should be, but they are the defending AFC and AFC North champs. So until proven otherwise, I guess they got all the room to talk in the world. But I think everybody is from a Ravens flock perspective, from Flock Nation, I think we're all feeling like, okay, we want to see how this Bengals game gonna go. Because I think, and that's not overlooking anybody else. Like the Steelers are going to be good, the defense is going to be good. You wonder what they do at QB, right? But let's be honest, Mike Tomlin has put together winning seasons with less. So the Steelers going to be there, but I think that's another one too that is kind of tough. Like you can't overlook the Steelers either, because Lamar's had his issues with the Steelers, especially that defense, man. Especially that defense more than anything. Lamar's had his issues with that defense. So the division is going to be tough. I'm excited. I've been talking about how the Ravens in the AFC North, I should say. I've been talking about how the AFC North for years has been, the best division in football, even with, the Bengals underachieving, even with the Browns underachieving, right? I felt like when they were, the last place team, they were the best last place teams in the league, right? Nobody and let's be honest, like you want to talk about best last place teams in the league. The Ravens can join that list now, I guess, right? That's the biggest thing. But there's so much going on with the Browns and everything too. Like you just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to suit up when it come down to that team. Coming week one, it might. In a crazy turn of events, end up being Baker, which would be ridiculous. But anyway, I'm excited, man. For the schedule. Let me pull it back up, one more time for y'all. Of course, you got the the division games, which is it's even hard for me to to even give a prediction at this point right now, because I forgot about the Patriots. I ain't even because they play in the AFC East too. I forgot about the Patriots, but it's crazy though, man, to think like how crazy how different the schedule is. Like I'm not saying I think considering this is classified as a quote weaker schedule, you don't know what the Browns are bringing back, right? Of course, the Jets had a heck of a draft. So they could still be good. Of course, the Patriots got that kind of ground and pound type of a offense where they just kind of slow it down. Like it's still some tough games on here. Even the quote gimmies, could be tough because you just don't know. You don't know how the season gonna change. From year to year. The Jaguars beat the freaking Colts again, right? Like you just don't know what to expect. But man, I'm excited coming in. I think honestly, like let's go through it real quick. Let's go through it real quick. I'm gonna just read it off. So I think Ravens Jets. I think the Ravens get the win. I probably should write this down so I know what the record is. I think the Ravens get the win on that one against the Jets. I think when it comes to the Dolphins, I think the Ravens get their revenge. So that's 2-0. I think the Ravens can definitely beat the Patriots. So that's 3-0. I think the Ravens and the Bills. It seems like week 4 is always one of them weeks, right? Week 4 is always a big week for the Ravens. I think the Ravens coming in with so much to prove, it could be almost like a pressure cooker, man. But I think the Ravens come out and beat the Bills too, right? I think it's going to be close, So right then, so the first 4 weeks of the season, they 4-0, right? They 4-0, and then the Bengals come into Baltimore, right? I think the Ravens beat the Bengals in Baltimore at least, right? I think that's a big thing. I think the Ravens will beat the Bengals in Baltimore. Even if they split, I don't think the Ravens give it up at home, right? That's the biggest thing. I don't think the Ravens going to give it up at home. Then you got the Giants. That's a win. You got the Browns. I think it all depends, man. It all depends on who's playing. Is it Deshaun? I think given the history of how it's went before, and the Browns at this point will still be gelling, I'm gonna go with the Ravens on that one too. Right? I'm gonna go with the Ravens on that one too. And then the Buccaneers, that's a tough one. I think the Ravens could beat the Buccaneers. I think the Ravens could definitely beat the Buccaneers, but I don't want to feel like I'm putting out an undefeated season here. But let's just say they beat the Buccaneers. I think they can. Right? That's 8-0. That's 8-0. Let's just say they beat the Buccaneers, and then the Saints. I think at some point a stinker's gonna come up. Right? I think at some point a stinker's gonna come up, and I think it'll be outside of the division. So I'm gonna say, I think between the Bucks and the Saints, that might be one of the games that they lose. Just because, you playing the Saints, you playing the Saints on the road and the Bucks on the road. One of them probably end up being a stinker, not even in a bad way, just like they just end up getting the ball last and getting the win. So I'm gonna say L on the Saints, even though I can't say I entirely believe it. It's a win against the Panthers, right? It's a win against the Jags, right? And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's a win against the Broncos. I know Russ gonna be in revenge season from the Seahawks game, but I'm gonna say that the Ravens are gonna beat the Broncos too, right? So that is what's that? What's that? 11-1? That's 11-1 right there. Shout out. Even my dog is feeling the same way, right? She feeling the same way right now. She like 11-1. She like 11-1. Like it's gonna happen. Like 11-1. Right? She like 11-1. Like it is gonna happen. It is gonna happen. But let's see. Actually, I'm gonna pull the schedule up so y'all can see the back end too. And then you got the Steelers. Man, why they keep putting the Steelers on our schedule like that? I'm gonna say that the Ravens are going to split with the Steelers. I don't know, like it's just such a tough game. Like it's hard to sweep that series on either side. So I'm gonna say the Ravens lose in Pittsburgh. Of course, I hope they don't, but I'm gonna say the Ravens lose in Pittsburgh. I'm gonna say they beat the Brownies again, right? And then I'm gonna say the Falcons is a win. I keep forgetting about that extra game. I don't know about y'all, but I always forget there's an extra game. And then so the Falcons is a win. I'm gonna say this the Ravens win in Pittsburgh, right? Did I do the Browns? Let me think. I said they was gonna lose in Pittsburgh, win it. They was gonna beat the Browns again. They was gonna beat the Falcons, and then I think they win in Pittsburgh. And then let's just give the Bengals the benefit of the doubt and act like they're that good, and give them that one there. So that's 12, 13, 14, and 3. If I'm not mistaken, which is a pretty darn good record if they play well within the division. Honestly, I think they can win all of these games, and that may be me being a homer. But I think that's me being a realist too. They can win all these games. But I'm looking at a 14-3 record just off of like this is knee-jerk reaction time, right? This is knee-jerk reaction. I'm not sure, right? But looking back at the schedule real quick, I think we're looking at a 14-3 record for the Ravens. Should be fun. It should be an exciting season. I'm so freaking excited, man. I don't know about y'all. I'm excited. Hope y'all excited. Put your team's expected record down below. Morning person, night person, question of the day. I hope you guys enjoy, man. Flock Nation Speaks episode 8. Until next time, we'll see you as always. Let me see if I can find. I think I got a graphic for this. Let me see if I can find it. So as always, Flock Nation Speaks can be found on YouTube, can be found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the audio platforms, and also on YouTube as well. We'll see you guys on the next one. Hope you guys enjoy. Hit that subscribe button, give us a like, share the